Hey guys, today is my husband's and my 3-year anniversary. So I wanted to share a little video. I've been doing some reflection over the past 3 years, and I wanted to title this video, 3 years the tables have turned. Because my husband and I, if you don't know our story, we met October 15th, 2020 in the middle of the pandemic at a gas station in Lafayette, Louisiana. I was driving through, filling up my tank. I saw this young man. He was homeless and addicted to heroin when I met him. And as a Christian life coach, I work with clients to help them heal and grow in faith. And so when I saw him, I was just doing what God was calling me to do and just coaching him and helping him. We became friends. God did a thing. We realized that over time, a short period of time, that was my husband and I was his wife. We got married 3.5 months after we met. And when the Lord told me that was my husband, in that moment, I had this shift in my perspective of how I viewed him. And so I opened up my home, my finances, all things to help him grow and rise in faith and to turn his life around, to rise up. And that was 3 years ago today. So now my husband, he's been delivered from his addiction. He's found healing in the Lord. He's grown in faith. He has his own business now that my little kitty is trying to get inside. Nala Bean, say hi to the camera. He has his own business, and that was all in obedience to following God. And that his business he started a year ago. Taylor Lawn, shout out if you guys need any landscape and lawn service done in Austin, Texas. Shameless plug there. But yeah, he started his business a year ago, and a year ago God put it in both of our hearts that we were gonna be pursuing our God-given dreams, and his was to have his own business. He had his own landscaping business many years ago, but he didn't understand how to put God first, and he didn't understand like that relationship piece with Jesus. And his addiction always got in the way. So God is a God of redemption. He has helped Ross totally turn his life around. Ross has put in the work to have a business now. And in the past year, when God put it in Ross's heart that he was going to be following his God-given dreams, he put it in my heart that I was going to be following mine as a Christian life coach to do this full time. And it's so interesting because we know that a shadow of a doubt that God is the one who's called us to one another, that we are each other's best per God's choice. Like, you have to listen to the testimony video on my YouTube channel to see the whole story. It's God put us together. And it's really cool because as Ross tends to the garden of people's homes, their outside external, I tend to the garden of people's internal home, their heart. And I just think that's really cool because we work together really well in that way. And we have future dreams and visions, things in my wall, in my prayer closet right now, the back of our, on our wall, about things that we have dreams for and visions from God for about our future. And they all have to do with us working together and helping people transform their lives from the inside out. So when God put it in Ross's heart a year ago that he was going to be stepping into his own business doing landscaping and lawn care, Ross took a leap of faith, and we just you reap what you sow. So we just sowed into his business to build him up. And for me, I took a life coach training to refresh my skill set, and I've been working to grow my business, and I'm 1 month in now going all in on my business. And again, for me, redemption as well. 7 years ago, I tried to go all in and I hit rock bottom. So now it's 7 years later and I'm trying to go all in again. It's so cool to think about God of redemption, what God does. But I wanted to share how the tables have turned. So now I'm in a season trying to build up my business, and Ross is a year in, and the tables have turned because he's now the breadwinner. He's now the one leading our family, and I say our family, it's him and I plus our 2 kitties. But yeah, now I am, at the bottom of my business to really build it up all the way, and just going all in right now. So when I struggle with, continuing to push through to grow my business and market and network, to grow my Christian life coaching business, Ross is always there to help me believe in myself in this calling, because he is my greatest testimony. And whenever he's struggling, I'm there to help him work through his triggers and his responses to grow in faith. And so I just think that is so cool, the way that God put us together to help each other, kind of like a ladder, like a yoke, right? Step up and continue to grow towards the things that God has for us. And so we're officially tables turn, where I met him 3 years ago today and helped him rise up, build up. He, in a really cool way, is now tables turned, helping me to rise up, build up. So I just wanted to share that because God is so cool. It's our 3-year anniversary, and I've just been doing so much reflection of what God has done in the past 3 years in our lives, but also acknowledging that we put in the work. And I heard a message at church today that was so cool, and the pastor Brad preached on Jeremiah 29:11, and that says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, plans to give you a hope and a future, plans not to harm you." And he was talking about how God's plans for your life are not just going to fall into your lap and you just sitting back, but that you actually have to put in the work. And so it's really cool to receive that message today and to be able to reflect on our life and see that we've been putting in the work. Ross put in the work, and now he's at the place he's at, and I'm putting in the work and at the place I'm at, and God is putting his super on our natural, and God is so good like that. So I just felt like I wanted to share that because it's just a really cool message. It's a cool testimony to see how our lives have turned around and what God has done, and to also know that God is proud of us, and we can be proud of ourselves too, because we've been obedient to what he's called us to do. And neither of us could have seen, we couldn't even imagine the things that God has in store for us. 3 years ago, we would have never imagined that this is where we would be at. And it's not like we're at this perfect paradise point. We're still growing, we're still learning, we're still evolving, but we have come so far in 3 years. And sometimes it's good to just stop and reflect on how far you've come. It does a lot for your nervous system. It does a lot for your well-being, just to slow down and to think, what has God done in my life in the past 3 years, and how have I really pressed in and obeyed him, put the work in? Allow yourself to be proud of yourself, because God, as a father, he's proud of you. We could have given up 1,000,000 times over, but if you just keep fighting, keep pursuing, know that God and you as his child, he wants to tell you, I am proud of you. If you've never heard that in your childhood, you didn't grow up in a home where people told you they are proud of you, please let God's word speak through me right now to tell you he's proud of you. He's proud of you. Life isn't easy all the time, but just continuing to put Him first, trusting in Him with all your heart, leaning not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledging Him. He will direct your path, and He's a proud Father of you. So, have a beautiful day, guys. Be blessed, be encouraged, like and subscribe, and just know that God can do the miraculous in 3 years' time. He can do the miraculous in a day, and even in a moment. Love you guys.